Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is me, the Densh, once again, bringing you another Let's Play commentary, give me thingamajig and stuff like that, blah blah blah. Let's just get this going again. I've been waiting long enough. Part 2. Another hour of, who knows, scary or just plain amusing, watching me run around aimlessly, solving puzzle once more. Last time we left off, I don't know where I left off. Either way, I've done some reading on the game up until this point, and I've read that this game has gotten quite a lot of bad reviews. Makes me sad. Because knowing that it's an Amnesia game, I love the first story, I liked the first games, I liked Justine, just generally that sort of thing, because I know what sort of thing I'm supposed to be expecting in this game. Lovely stuff, at least. Alright. Few things I noticed on the last Let's Play. 1. The in-game sound was slightly too low. 2. It was very, very dark. All the areas where I did not have a lantern on were pretty much not visible, so whenever I can have a lantern on, I'm going to have it on. Just because apparently it doesn't run on batteries or anything like. Which is a shame, because lantern rationing was one of the key aspects in the old Amnesia that happened to assist a lot in making the game a little bit more scarier. And I also read that when the lantern starts flickering, it means that there's an enemy nearby. I can definitely hear something. A strange container. This canister looks as if it may fit the fuel pump I saw earlier. It certainly carries the same fetid, unholy reek. I will not think of that which I saw past me in this cage. I will not gaze again into that dark machine room. A more immediate task presents itself, and the opportunity perhaps to gain access to St. Dunstan's. I'm supposed to carry this over. I will also try to pick up the pace a little bit further. Holy crap. Oh shit. Fast getaway. Dear sweet Lord of all that is good and holy, I must make my escape. Grasp this container and its putrid contents and flee this place before that creature, that nearly man, returns. I will head for the church. Surely such an abomination could not follow onto hallowed ground. But where did it come from? Alright, I'm a little bit nervous. Good, the game is doing its original purpose. Was that there before? Who knows? So... Oh right, it's one of those cars. And now the mask vanished. Oh, I see. I was supposed to move the the car.
This way, Papa. Come and see. Will it hatch? Can we take it home?
Yes, my darlings. Of course we can take it home.
Baby crying in there. Rope. Oh, staircase down. Now, what am I going to do in the church? Guess we'll find out. Livestock and Bibles. The wires came up out of the ground whilst he lay on the grass asleep. Like serpents they were, and they burrowed into his ears and became his listening. Inside St. Dunstan's. We sat here, I remember. We sat in our black, and we mourned, and we prayed, and we bowed our heads. How I hated God then! How I spurned him! If this is our Lord, the pig who robs me of my wife, then I refute his embrace. I will carve a new God for us all. Such madness, such fool I was. If such blasphemous ravings had remained within me, I would be doomed. But even here, I feel the machine throb beneath the flags, and I know my path awaits me. Doors that have been left ajar is never a good thing. Twin candles, bent to the will of the central saint, casting the light to the corners of the chapel. Father Jeremiah, I thought, could be trusted with the secret, but he is like all the others. So the old priest has gone to the holding pens with his flock. He says he will enter into our world with them. A shepherd indeed. A large open space with little cover. I'm going to assume this is going to be at least a place where I'm going to get a bit more up close and personal to these guys, which is going to be very jolly indeed. Pick up this random candle. It has to be a part of a puzzle. I'm going to assume that it's going to act as a lever somewhere. There's a wall I need to stick this to. is quite the sacrifice. Ah, I see. I was right. Infernal machinery. The engine fires. The flames are stoked. I hear steam in the walls, vibration upon the very air. My heart falters at the prospect of throwing the lever and exposing the workings of this dark contraption. But my children beckon me, and I cannot fail them. Hellish portal. It appears I have no choice. Thus I descend, and may God have mercy upon my soul. If this is my bedlam, and I am to be cast as Matthews, then I will wear that mantle for the sake of my boys, and face whatever horrors lie beneath the altar. Right. I'm going to have to assume that shot behind me. Do not startle or upset the acquisitions. Cages? Slavery?
Listen, Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
Press on. If anything If anything does come, like that should indicate, I know that I only needed to run. In the old games, where I was afraid of horror games, like Silent Hill, I like to suddenly start preparing myself that knowingly that whenever I was going to enter a new room and face a monster, I at least had a weapon so I could defend myself. And that may be able to press on. But here, I cannot use that strategy. So... must have been the wind. Yes, I cannot think that way now. I can't use that. I can't use that strategy anymore. So I just have to think when I meet something, I'm gonna run. Just ambience. Just ambience. I'm safe so far. Nothing will come just yet. I still have some time of inner peace. Come on, positive thinking. It's like a maze. I am fairly certain this is where I'm going to meet something. What am I looking for? Oh boy, here we go. There he is. see me, don't 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 see me. Shit. He's coming back. Door. Whew. And so to the stoking. The workers sing as they work. They sing as they eat. They sing as they make toilet. They are always singing. If you place your ear to the ground, you can hear them still. Ooh, that's close. I was kinda expecting to hear some sort of music start when there was monsters around that could potentially see me. But it did not. So that made me feel a little, just slightly more comfortable. Perhaps a mistake on the developer's part. Where is this? I wonder. Leave that open. Alright, so new area, locked door. Another fueling station. Ah, yes, yes, quite indeed. A very, inluxurious. Meat processing factory.
Water in his shoes. Always the water, and the sparks of the embers of the wheels. It's too bony! It's too damn bony!
The Manners Processing Company. My soul shudders at what I have seen, but at last I have reached the main part of the factory. Now onwards, downwards, to find those floodwaters and drain them away. Like Moses, I will cleave the waters and lift my little darlings clear of its vile cradle. By all means. What is this?
These men, Professor, these so-called men of vision, they would shackle the masses to a wheel and turn it till their backs break. All for that opiate, the lure of profit. These fools who lackey them, these priests, these officials, this government. They make pigs of us all.
But what solution, my dear man? How to break a cycle? You cannot simply remove the promise of a better world for these unfortunates. In the workhouses, in the orphanages, the belief in heaven is surely the only succor one can find.
We do not need to wait. We can bring forth paradise now. We can speed the passion. With only a small sacrifice, we can hold the apocalypse. With just a small sacrifice, we can free our shackles and deliver them to paradise now.
They make pigs of us all. Machine for pigs. Meat processing factory. I'm starting to get the feeling the story is not so subtle anymore. I am pretty sure that they're slaughtering people. A homage? Probably poison room. Piston rooms. A reference to Jonathan Swift's A Modest Proposal. Oh dear. Monster inbound. Yes, I saw it. I saw it indeed. But now that I know that it doesn't play any specific music, I don't know if they're either just there to scare me or if they're actively patrolling the area. At least I'm getting forewarned. Up or down, up or down. Locked. A pig was driving that. Oh yes.
Hear me, Mantis. I am compromised. Our contacts must be brief and occasional. Beware the wretches who populate this compound. The way you seek is under the pistons. When you meet the saboteur, you will understand everything.
I also searched around a bit in the game files. Works manager. And I found the sound files, and it was a sound file linked to NPC Wretch. So it is going to be another enemy that he's speaking of. Well, speaking of the NPC music, I can say I was a little disappointed with how the enemy-specific musics were sounding. This is gonna close when I go through. Because I felt that Amnesia: The Dark Descent, even Justine, had better. What did I tell you? Had better music than what I heard here. Which is a shame, because I enjoy. I like the music in the old part because it really made you all anxious and frightened. And when I hear it again on YouTube, I just feel, okay, I remember this part. I remember this was a scary. It was a scary part. So I feel the same anxiety I felt in game. But here, I wasn't too impressed. Stop. Are your furnaces fueled? Yes. A series of collecting vents have been installed along the ceiling at this stage of the line. In the process of stunning and bleeding, the product often expels stinking vapors from its digestive system, which can be collected, condensed, and used in the methane boiler to drive the engine as a whole. In this way, the more product is processed, the more power becomes available to the machine, and productivity is actually increased. A sample stroke of genius, but one that encapsulates the benefits of self-regulatory automation. So they got greedy to process more meat in order to reap the benefits of having this increased. Yeah, you know what I mean. So what does this control? Ah, I probably need to have them all on green, right? They aren't fueled? Look fuel to me. Otherwise they probably wouldn't be burning. Okay. Oh, I get it. much coal do you need in one of these? 3? This one is running. Oh, I see, they are the, oh, I see, they're the fuels. These don't actually do anything. Alright, so I need to find generator 6, or... Can you call that a generator? I may have forgot the proper word. Danger! No entry to the under the pistons when the machinery is at rest. Does one do? No, I need one more. This coal thing was in Amnesia the Dark Descent when you had to power up the machinery that kept the elevators running. Fire and steel. The fires are stoked. Assuming the same architect is responsible here as with the chemical plant, I surmise that the centralized control system regulates and operates the pistons. It should be a simple matter of finding it, and hoping the saboteur relents it after simply extinguishing the fires. These are following me, I swear. So, though I wonder, what is this actually doing? Why did all the lights turn out? Why can't I use that sledgehammer? Why is the music picking up? Hello? It's very difficult to see. Of course. I know I said that about I'm going to try to use the lantern whenever I can, but this is probably going to force me to have it shut. I can do this. Oh my god, I see it. It's going to be really hard without the whole night vision thing from the Dark Descent when you were in darkness. I know you can probably use. I know you can probably not see the screen, but you're just going to have to wait until I successfully navigate this area through. isn't exactly helping because I can't hear him. Can't see him, I can't hear him. Poor fellow. Looks troubled. What am I supposed to do? Find an exit of sorts? Having any music specifically for hearing if there's a monster nearby actually helps. Because now I don't know whether he's gone or still around here. And I can't exactly see him either. This looks like the right direction. Maybe? No? And it's... oh wait, yes. Oh shit. I was walking a bit faster. They're not making a lot of noise either. Just all about finding patterns. You're gonna show up here eventually, aren't you? This is a very narrow space. Dying. I hear footsteps again. This is a bad idea. A very bad idea. Now where to? Now where to? Now where to? He's coming back. Okay. descent continues. What did that dark voice instruct me to do? Under the pistons, into the tunnels, and on the bilge pumps. And if the doors should be locked, I will have to find another means of descent. I cannot trust him, but my path is set. I shall ignore those noises, that snuffling, those shuffling steps below me. I will brave whatever lurks beneath, and I will save them. The crate arrived this morning, and I had it delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape, but has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed, with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It is difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is the recipe of some barbarous surgery or was born deformed and an attempt to force his null body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him, and suspect my great uncle's presence in his curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the process of Mrs. Darwin's evolution. But here my great uncle and I part company. He chose men as the subject of his experiments, but the men are difficult to control, and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our shadows. Loyal, clever, strong, easily sated. That's a lot of reading. Locked. Locked. This looks so legit. Is this coal? Chemical transportation. Danger. Highly corrosive. Highly combustible. I knew it. In the nest of eggs, through penny sixpence sparrows and doves, see all the angels are weeping above. There is no more forgiving, there is no one to save, for truly darling Lily goes into her grave. For today, darling Lily, not true. Did I say truly? Whatever. This is the perfect place for a claustrophobic. Claustrophobic? Of course, it's going to crash. All elevators in these kind of games crash. Game, stop being so predictable. But again, it does provide a nice reason as to why I cannot get myself back up. Sabotage. Bruised and battered, but alive. I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, but I am driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find a way to the bilge. Drain the flood. Free your children. Hello?
Quickly, Master. Find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the flood waters continue to rise.
Nice to see you too. Scary. In order to facilitate the assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required, or the cells may not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate and causing incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae to 1 part Oregon, Boned, Esperoblas, very complicated words, fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. So, the pigs were biological experiments? Why would they do such a thing? Is there like a fly stuck in the lamp? Ah, corrosive small amounts of metal. We did this in Dark Descent 2. Destroy a lock with acid. Maintenance access. There is clearly another passage beyond the locked gates. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after all that I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. Don't worry, the game has already spoiled that for me. Find acid. Corrode lock. Eldorado. Glasses. Book. Empty. Ha. What is this? What sort of ingenious contraption is this? The centrifuge is some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of the foul fluids I have seen too often before. It is clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of 2 composite ingredients. I should wager if I would find them close by. Alright. Low temperature storage. Holding pens. Right. Okay, I need 3 ingredients. Put them all in here. Does that mean that there is something still in here? Or the shocking discovery that these beasts were suddenly bipedal? Does that mean that they retain some form of past human memory, if they were not previously their pig state? A warning! Inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole, fore and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement, my lungs are in my vomit, I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it, I did do that. Because of the changes, they ripple in me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathering what I can, push them back into my grey gums with my fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help running out the fever. Because not all of us can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can this man How can a man shit so much blood and still live? This is starting to sound less real, like less old-timey if you have a word like shit in 1900s. Okay. Thank you. Wait, didn't I... Wait, what? This is not the way I came from. Run, he's behind me! But my vial?
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
So... have I lost the vial now? Or was that just... dear oh dear. One. The door is gone. Holding pens doesn't sound like a very nice place to be. Flicker for me, lights. Flicker. Silence. Do not startle opposite position. Am I supposed to go in here again? No, that's not. Teddy bear? Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I have ever seen. No one asks where they go. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce them overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth. We give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulated they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children, I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will the engines to make my own blood flow again. Some guy was actually creating these monsters.
Over there, place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
Russian. Don't close on me. Locked. Nothing good can come out of this. This one is walking on 2 legs. I'd like to understand its pattern before I make my move. If it does, I don't know. Or if that was just another scare me part.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
Playing for almost an hour now. I'm gonna have a little look around. What is it with these monsters that makes that was mildly amusing. Alright, I'll turn this on. Can I have more in there? No. Or can I? No. Oh well. I'm assuming I have to turn off that gas, the steam. Teddy bear. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with strychnine. After the expected convulsions and spasming, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating currents via induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced. However, damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival. Meaning the dog continued in acute state of strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning? Perhaps, yes. It is after all known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluids in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. Back here. Why are the doorways disappearing? Is this just all in my mind? Is the whole trying to find my children nothing but a wild goose chase? But I still failed to achieve that other vial. This must be the acid. A heady brew. I have the compound. It hisses and steams in its container like some living thing. A witch's jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass. A strange choice, unless there is some particular reason why the metal that pervades everywhere else cannot be brought into contact with this so-called Compound X. I should investigate further for clues. Right, corrode lock. Wait. Do I need to put this? Why are like all the places just changing? Am I supposed to put it here? Oh wait, stupid me. Ah. Well, then what? Do I need to like find something to hit it with? What is it that I can pick up here? Another. Oh, maybe it's the doors. Silly me. Well, I used the acid. Now what? Well, the only thing I can pick up is this thing. Let's try to smash something against it. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, wait. Haha. Nice. Right.
Down here, Daddy. Faster, faster.
Well, I am extremely curious what this is going to bring me. So I'm going to say this is probably a good time to stop the video. Bilge pump maintenance access. Well, I'm very curious what's going to happen next, and I'm sure that this is going to be a good place to stop the video. So, 1 hour of more Amnesia. Very good, very good. Well, see you lads later. Stay tuned for the next parts.